Hello everybody on the internet and YouTube, welcome back to my channel for another speed build video here with me, Addict. Today we are continuing our Pleasantview renovation and building series with a little special build here in Pleasantview that I have been wanting to do for a while, and of course you'll be able to tell because you guys are smart. This is going to be a fire station. Not a big fire station, just a little one, but I am really interested I think I've sort of mentioned before, I'm really interested in bringing in some more interactive, some more integrated gameplay into my neighborhood, and I kind of want to make it so that anyone who's in the fire or law enforcement career actually has a place of work where they can come and actually work. And so this lot, as well as the police station that we will be building as well, are going to be some of those interactive lots. So obviously Pleasantview isn't the biggest town. I didn't want them to have a massive fire station. The police station also won't be huge. And I have a lot of different ideas in mind for the way that the police and fire sort of active careers are going to work. Obviously, it's not The Sims 3. We can't actually have my firefighter Sims go out and fight fires, which is unfortunate, but we can have some fun kind of simulating some stuff like that. So my plan is that up until a certain level in the fire career, your Sims are going to work here at, well, my Sims, I say your Sims, my Sims are going to work here at this firehouse, and they're going to, it's going to be owned or rented to a chief, a fire chief, who is, I think, at like about level 5 or 6 of my custom firefighter career that I have downloaded and edited to my satisfaction. And then, so you start here as like working as a recruit, and you get trained up in how to fight fires. And then, the higher you get in the career, the more likely it is that you may be required to move for the sake of your career. So my idea is, and again, this is for police and fire, that, in real life, depending on how high you get up in your career, sometimes people have to move for work, right? Sometimes people have to move for their jobs. And I figure that I want to bring in some more, people who have to move downtown, some people who have to move down to the city for work or commute to work every day. So you're only going to be able to work at this little firehouse up until a certain level of the career. And then if you want to go higher than that, if you want to work at a higher level, you might have to move downtown and work at a bigger fire station, like a headquarters downtown. So the basic idea with this lot is going to be a little bit of, just sort of training, hanging out. Occasionally you might have to do an overnight shift if you're a recruit or something. There'll be a couple of computers where the Sims can come and actually earn money from writing articles. They might go out on patrol, just different things like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to get stuck into, as I said, some more integrated gameplay in the neighborhood. You'll notice as well, it's right next to the lot that I built last time, which was the community courthouse. So this sort of main street of Pleasantview now is going to be becoming a bit of a commercial center for the town, is the idea. The roof, by the way, I'm not talking at all about what I'm doing. The roof was complicated. I did some weirdness with constrained floor elevation to get that roof to work. I'm pretty happy with it in the end, so I think that's what it ends up staying as. But to build this lot, I was kind of working off a couple of inspiration images that I found online. That's my main number one favorite way of building lots at the moment, is I look up inspiration images online, and then I take some ideas and I transport them into a lot here in the game. So yeah, basically there's a big garage for the fire truck. They only have one fire truck here, and then I might put in that the fire chief gets to drive around in a second smaller emergency response vehicle or something like that, something that would be first on the scene to help out while we wait for the fire truck to get there, essentially. So yeah, there's a big garage area for that. The downstairs of this lot is going to have a training room where they can have meetings and do training, an office for the fire chief. And then upstairs will be a small kind of barracksy area, small little space where the recruits can come and stay and work on their skills. I have, as I said, I've edited a firefighter career that I downloaded, and you do actually need quite a few skills to be promoted up in this career. And yeah, so they have to work on their like mechanical skill, their body skill. I think you need a bit of logic as well at certain levels of the career. So yeah, I definitely made it so they're going to have some work to do to build their skills if they're in the firefighter career. So yeah, basically the design of this lot was pretty simple. I wanted to have some writing on the outside of the building. I'm pretending that that kind of says, you know, like Pleasantview Fire Department or something like that. So I messed around with a lot of my different signs that I have in the game. I have so many business signs and I can still often like never find the exact one that I want. Sometimes I'll make my own recolor for a sign like I did with the Waterfront Cafe, but other times I'll just search until I find something that works. And yeah, I've used some windows that are add-ons for the Spake New Gear City windows that are like Maxis, vanilla Maxis content, I think. Yeah, I don't know. And oh, I also downloaded a new default replacement for the community phone. I think that one was by, oh my gosh, who was that by? Wait, I'm gonna just casually look it up as I record this video because now I want to know. It was really nice, and I got some recolors for it as well, so I was very, very happy. I always love when I can find recolors of stuff. So Mega Folder of Doom, default replacements by Huge Lunatic. Yes, Looney did a Huge Lunatic did a default replacement for the community telephone that I actually saw in Annie's videos, and I was like, that's a really nice default replacement. So I downloaded that. So that was nice. But yeah, so this room here, as I mentioned, this is kind of like the garage where the fire truck is parked. Again, like, I wish this was The Sims 3. I wish this was The Sims 3 Ambitions. If you guys never had The Sims 3 or never played The Sims 3 Ambitions, the firefighter career was brought in with the Sims 3 Ambitions expansion pack, and your Sims could like work on maintaining the fire engine and maintaining the fire alarms and do all sorts of fun little bits and pieces around the station unless they were called out to an emergency. And a lot of the objects that I use in this build are conversions actually from the Sims 3 Ambitions firefighter career, including that fire truck, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the fire engine, it's not going to do much. It's pretty much just going to sit there. But I liked the idea of having one in there, even if it's just decorative. As yeah, it's just a nice touch. So some big doors to go into there, and I'm trying to pick out some windows that match. Do I leave those doors in the end? I think I do. And then I start working on placing the staircase to get up to the upper floor. Now, because of the funkiness with the roof, I couldn't put them in the spot where I originally thought to put them. But that's okay. We work some stuff out. I do also have to take a pause in this video to go and download more CC, as always. Oh my gosh, I am the worst when I'm building at the moment. I'm just like, I need to go and download something else. So yeah, partway through the video, I kind of pause and go and download a better fireman pole. But yeah, because I got that one that you see there on the screen, and that was again a conversion from the Sims 3 Ambitions, and I was like, oh, it's only the height of one floor. Well, what the heck is the point in that? Because for a fireman pole, you want to be able to, you know, go all the way down from the top floor to the bottom floor. So I was like, oh, that's a bummer. Why don't I have a taller pole? So I looked through all of my columns, each and every single one of them, trying to see if I can find a way to like extend the pole or use a different pole that's actually 2 stories high. And in the end, I didn't have anything in game. So I go off and I download a flag pole. Eventually. For a little while here, I used these like decorative pipes as the fireman pole, but I didn't love that either because it was nice and I like those decorative pipes, but it wasn't quite right. But anyway, so yeah, eventually we'll get a proper fireman pole in there because you need to have a proper fireman pole in a fire station. Yeah, so just decorating up the lot here a little bit, pulling out some objects that I know I want to use, that I know I want to have on the lot. The whiteboard I pulled out because I knew I wanted to have a little staff training room. Oh, and there's the jump cut. Yep, so now I've gone off and downloaded a pole, and now I have the very fun job of finding it in the midst of my downloads folder, which, believe you me, is never a simple task. Usually if I download something new and I want to use it immediately, I'll actually pop it into a collection folder, so it's easy for me to find, but I didn't do that this time. But anyway, here's my flagpole, and luckily it came with a recolor where the actual flag was invisible. It's very tall, but I checked the roof a few times and it doesn't actually clip through the roof on top of the lot, so I was like, good enough and left it there because I had spent way too long fiddle messing around with trying to get a nice fireman pole. Anyway, so yes, this room over on the corner here, this is going to be the staff training room. So I put a couple of tables in here. I think eventually I changed it back down to 1 table rather than 2 just to save on a bit of space. And this is based on, I was Googling, like, you know, what do you usually find in a fire station? And there's usually a room for staff training where they can watch, you know, like informational videos, train new recruits, all that kind of thing. And I was also reminded of when I was a manager at Hungry Jack's for many, many years, each year we had to go and refresh our fire safety training because, of course, it was the number one hazard in a fast food restaurant is burns and fires. So we would often go and do refreshers on our first aid safety training and our fire safety training. And so we would travel down to a big like fire, it was more like a district complex building, but we would sit in a little classroomy looking room and we would get our fire safety training refreshed. And so I was like, yeah, that's like, this is the room that I would have come in as the manager coming here to get trained in fire safety, which is another fun thing that we could actually do with this lot. We could have Sims come down and study fire safety. And I do definitely think that every single one of my recruits as a requirement of their job is going to have to study fire safety from the bookcase, if you're not sure what I'm talking about there. Yeah, the Sims can learn fire safety from the bookcase, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to make everybody do that, so it's going to be a part of the job, because I think that makes sense. So yeah, I've put some little bits and pieces here. This is where I start just pulling out stuff that I downloaded specifically for this lot. So you'll see there's some little fire helmets there's some fire hoses. I put some boots under here. This is meant to be like, where the firemen can come in and quickly just chuck on their fire safety gear if they need to. I wanted to put a bunch of tinkering clutter into the garage area so that it's like, they're the tools that they use to maintain the fire engine. And I've got somewhere in here, and I think I'll find it eventually, I actually also got a decorative fireman's coat that I downloaded that will sit in there as well. So it looks good in the end, I think. I just have to find it. As I said, finding things is always my problem. But in terms of custom content, this lot wasn't too bad. There it is. There's my fire coat. And I thought that was really cute. A really nice piece of deco. I got the axe there as well. Some warning and safety signs on the walls. Just little bits and pieces to try to make the lot feel a little bit more lively, a little bit more purposeful. Because as I've said, this lot, it's not actually the most functional lot ever. I wish it was more functional, but it's not the most functional. So we're moving on to upstairs now, and I knew that I wanted to have a little kitchen area. I knew I wanted to have a little study and gym area. And this is when I realized that I hadn't built an office for my fire chief. So I was like, oh dear, well, the fire chief needs an office. So I'm gonna have to move some things around. So we end up actually moving the staircase over a bit and adding a little office down in the corner there for the fire chief, where he can come in and work. So yeah, I can't remember exactly what level of the fire career I made it. I think it might even be like captain. I think it's like level 5 or 6. So if you're working here at this lot in Pleasantview, the highest you can go in the firefighter career is level 5 or 6, whichever one it is. And if you want to go higher than that, you're going to have to move downtown, basically. But this is your office. If you're the king of this place, this is your office where you work. So yeah, I wanted to just have a little room in here with a Monique's Hack computer where he can come in and do his job and sort of run this little fire station from. So the office is pretty basic. I put in a filing cabinet because, filing is important. And I slowly but surely decorate this lot and clutter it up with a lot of stuff, and it goes through a few iterations. Oh, and here's where I was like, oh, I'm going to put fire alarms everywhere in every single room. So it looks like, if there's an emergency, all those alarms would ring at the same time and all the firemen would hut down to the fire engine and off they go to save the day. We're going to be using a little bit of our imaginations when we're playing on this lot, but that's okay. We all have good imaginations. We're simmers. We have to have good imaginations. So it was really fun. I just kind of went through like my catalogs quite a few times, just picking out different bits and pieces that I thought, oh yeah, this could be good, and oh yeah, this could be good, and oh yeah, this could be good. But yeah, so upstairs I wanted to have, as I was saying, a little bedroom, like a little barracks kind of area. And I wanted to have a little kitchen area, and I wanted to have a little study area. So a little room with some workout equipment, a computer, a bookcase, and a chair. So as I said, the recruits are going to be put through their paces. They're going to have to stay here quite often in the barracks. They're going to have to study up on their skills. They're going to have to learn to get along and work as a team. So you have to have, I made the friend requirement for this job fairly intensive. Like, you do need to have quite a few friends to get promoted up, and by that what I meant is that you have to have good relationships with your co-workers. So yeah, basically I'm trying to bring in as much of the Sims 3 active career gameplay as I can into the Sims 2, and we'll see how we go. I think it'll be cool. Now, the one thing I haven't done yet is actually playtest this lot. I haven't got a live playtesting session footage for you, unfortunately. But that was pretty much because I think this lot is going to work pretty well. I think it's going to be a pretty simple lot, and I've built very similar lots to this before in my off-camera gameplay. Like, I play Builder City challenges, and yeah, I've had active police and fire stations in my Builder City challenges that I play privately just for myself, and yeah, these lots are pretty simple. So I don't actually have playtesting footage of this lot for you, sadly. I do apologize for that, but it's nice. I think it's going to work absolutely fine. So yeah, I did also want to have a couple pot plants around, of course, because one of the key life skills that every firefighter has to have is the ability to keep plants alive. Also, yes, I realize those blinds I put up are not actually against the wall properly in the bedroom. Don't worry, I will eventually go back and fix that. And then with the kitchen, I got inspired to do bright yellow, and that kind of changed a little bit of the direction I was taking with this upstairs area, which was looking a little bit bland and boring. In my opinion, I was like, yeah, let's do a bright color. Let's do yellow. So I go ahead and make some yellow counters, and then I'm like, oh, and let's do a yellow tile backsplash behind the kitchen area and make it all bright and colorful, because I really do fall into the trap of making everything too bland in The Sims. I mean, like, real life decorating is often bland, but this is The Sims. This isn't real life, so I can use fun colors and it can be okay. So yeah, then I end up putting in a lot of like yellow tones. I don't think I keep those tiles. I think I ended up changing those tiles, but yeah, so the downstairs is kind of like beige, red and brown, and upstairs is kind of grey, yellow and black. So I don't know, just a pop of bright colour just to cheer up the firefighters. Thought it would be nice. And a couple of rugs. There we go. Those are the tiles that I end up sticking with. There we go. Fixing the blinds against the windows. Good job, me. I think I changed those to yellow, and then I end up changing them to black later on because I put yellow walls in here instead. So yeah. The barracks, there's only room for 2 of the recruits or 2 firefighters to be staying in the station overnight. But again, this isn't meant to be like a really big fire station. It's meant to be quite small. This is just Pleasantview. It's just a little small town, so I didn't think it needed to be huge. And in general, I'm trying to build smaller lots, like just in general, because I think it improves gameplay performance and saves on texture memory and resource memory and all that kind of thing. So yeah, so this little room in here, this is the kind of like study area. I wasn't happy with it for a long time. Eventually I end up nailing a layout that I am happy with, but I think I have to move the door before I do that. And then this room up here is a very simple bathroom, which basically is just for the people who are staying and working the overnight shifts, or if you're here during the day and you need a bathroom. But I did go ahead and put a shower in because I figured they're going to be working out on the gym equipment and they might be stanky and they might need to shower. So yeah, just a very, very simple upstairs bathroom. There's nothing too crazy going on here. Excuse me with my stuffy nose. Oh, good job, Addict. Yes, save your lot. This save actually took ages to take. My saving was like being really slow as I was building this lot, which did make me quite nervous. But yeah, I put in a public shower. It's like the Maxis It's Not Gross public shower station, so that someone can be in the shower and someone else can come in and use the toilet if they have to. because, you know, they're all used to each other here at the fire station. They're all very friendly. They don't mind seeing each other in the... Now, there's a shower curtain. You could come in and use the bathroom while someone was in the shower. It'd be fine. And look at me actually cluttering up this little bathroom shelf. Oh, so proud of myself. Just some spare towels and tissues and bathroom knickknacks. Still working on that clutter game. Yeah, and here's where I'm like looking at this little study room and I'm like, this makes no sense. Oh, if I move the door, then I can do this and I can fit in a computer. Yay! So yay me, I managed to get another Monique's hacked computer in upstairs so that the Sims can actually work while they're upstairs as well. So now we're just moving back downstairs. I'm just going to make a few little cosmetic changes to the downstairs area. I wanted to put some carpet in the training room because I decided that would be nicer, and there was always carpet in the training rooms I would sit in. I wanted a TV so that the training could involve watching videos and like footage of how fires work. Again, this was based on my IRL like fire safety training. We used to watch these videos of like a room that got purposefully set on fire and how quickly things could just escalate and everything could be burning before your eyes. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and kind of like put in a little TV there for training videos and stuff like that. And yes, here is where we are going to clutter up the chief's office. I have a collection folder full of office deco that I used extensively. I didn't know what to do in here, honestly. I ended up running out of ideas towards the end because there's a lot of shelves. There's a lot of shelves on this shelf and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. Just put in some random decorative stuff and a plant. When in doubt, place a plant, right? That's decorating 101. I don't know, I just put some books and some boxes and some, I put a fire helmet in there as well. And I think I put a hard hat. Yeah, a hard hat as well, because firemen sometimes need hard hats too, just to, you know, keep everybody safe and all that kind of thing. So yeah, I do have a sim in mind for the fire chief. It's going to be a townie that we're going to make playable, so that'll be sort of another slightly new character for the series. And then if anyone else wants to become a fireman, some days I'm going to spawn them down here and we're going to have them all work together. The shoebox for the shelf as well, of course, because why not? And yeah, I decided to carpet that room as well. And another save. Look at me go with my saving, getting better. So last but not least, we're just going to do a little tiny bit of terrain painting out the front and a little bit of decorating with some plants. I think I mostly put some plants just around the side of the building, but I definitely didn't go too crazy with the outdoor decorating on this lot. Wasn't feeling particularly enthusiastic about putting in a lot of trees, I guess. I don't know. But in a minute we will jump into some screenshots and you guys will be able to see the lot in its completed state, which it pretty much is right about now. So yeah, there's the front of the lot. I think it looks quite nice. It looks pretty much how I envisioned it looking. And I like that you can see through see the fire engine sitting there. As I mentioned, we are right next to the town community hall, courthouse thing. The little entranceway with just a little bit of decoration there. The tinkering clutter and fireman clutter in the garage and the training room. Very standard kind of stuff. There's the office for the fire captain of this fine establishment. Little kitchen area. Probably could have cluttered that up a little more. Actually, I think after the screenshot, I went back in. I added a coffee machine and some coffee mugs. Yes, I do remember doing that. The barracks and the study, of course, as well. And then last but not least, I also have for you guys just some overheads of the layout. So very simple lot, quite small, as I said, and yeah, just very basic, and I'm excited to play in this lot. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this speed build. Leave a like if you did. If you want to see more of my content, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Just a quick announcement, I am going to be away on a holiday in Perth for the next couple of days, so this will be my only Sims 2 video this week, and then I will be back later next week to release some more videos for you. But there's heaps more building and renovating coming, so definitely stay tuned. Leave your thoughts and suggestions for this lot and other lots down below. Everybody take care, have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.